Fetal alcohol spectrum disorder is a condition that results when an individual is exposed to alcohol before birth. Depending on the level of exposure, one may develop social, cognitive, and even physical abnormalities. When exposure is high, the most detrimental form of the disorder will take place, fetal alcohol syndrome. However, when exposure is low, the effects become more subtle and sometimes go undetected for long periods of time. Fetal alcohol spectrum disorder is the #1 leading cause of developmental disability in Canada, and 1.4 million Canadians suffer from it. Now, I'm seeing some shocked faces in the crowd. Don't worry, I'm 100% with you guys. I've seen this figure multiple times, and it still surprises me. Now, by now you might be wondering where the zebrafish on this slide come into the equation. Zebrafish are actually a model organism for this disorder. Surprisingly enough, exposing them to alcohol leads to similar kinds of deficits we see in humans. Our research is mainly concerned with the social deficits caused by alcohol. Wait, hold on. You might be thinking, is this guy claiming that the fish on this slide are social? Yes, I am. Zebrafish are social. In fact, when they're stressed, they have a tendency to want to group up together. Anyways, the question still remains, how can we work to reduce these social deficits? Any ideas? Well, the natural thought might be, let's just make a drug for it. But I want you guys to know that the answer might be a little more simple than that. In the field of animal research, there's a term called enrichment. And loosely defined, this means to positively enhance one's environment. For zebrafish, this can include putting plants and gravel in the housing conditions. It can also include ensuring the optimal number of zebrafish are in the tanks. So, research has shown that enrichment can actually do things such as reduce anxiety and stress in the zebrafish. It can also do things like increase memory, brain size, and for the purposes of our work, increase social tendencies. So this is what we looked to answer. We wanted to see if enrichment can reduce the social deficits caused by alcohol. So in our experiment, we exposed one group of zebrafish to 1% alcohol solution, as represented by this bottle of sourpuss, and another one to a 0% solution, so no alcohol. And we rated select groups with enrichment factors, such as plants, gravels, and optimal number of fish, as represented by this cute plant over here with gravel, and of course the other groups without these enrichment factors. Once they matured, we individually tested them in their inclination to group up with other zebrafish when they're stressed. So we're currently in the data analysis phase of this project, and we hope that this research can inform future studies on the biological differences and that may result from enrichment, and hopefully one day inform human research as well. Thank you very much.